Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. I'm your host, Brian Munango, updating you on the latest sports news. Well, you guys are maybe wondering, why is this guy not in studio? For this episode, we are at the Hage Geingob Stadium. This is a venue where you guys will be seeing us a lot this month, especially June. We'll be chatting to one of the delegates, one of the organizers from the NRU itself. So, like I've been saying, you'll be seeing us a lot at this stadium this month. On the 7th, we have the NRU finals that are happening this upcoming weekend. That's now the NRU finals for the Premier League, the finals for the Reserve League, and then the finals for the Women's League. We'll be live streaming those games as well. So you can catch them on DSTV channel 285, GoTV 25, and on One Up 2 as well. It doesn't end there. That's just this weekend. Next weekend, we travel to the coast. We are in Walvis Bay at Narki Park for the game between the Velvichas and Uganda. We come back to the Hage Geingob Stadium. And then on the 21st, we have another big match against the Erling Pumas that will be facing the Velvichas. I understand that the Velvichas might get mixed up with the national team a little bit, so that's also something to look forward to. And then on the 27th, again of June, we will be here for the big match between Namibia and Italy. So like I said, viewers, there's a lot of rugby to look forward to. All of this is in preparation and to make things easier for Namibia to qualify for the 2027 World Cup. So we'll just be talking to Herman Rast. He's one of the event organizers, and he is a part of the board of the NRU, to just give us more details as to what we can look forward to from this weekend and going forward. And we'll also try and see if we can get a few words from John Hines. He's the CEO of the Namibia Rugby Union. So please do stay tuned, and we'll be coming up with the hit list right after this. So, viewers, for the hit list, we are at the Hage Geingob Stadium. Like I said, we won't be doing this in studio today. We have interviews lined up. We'll be talking to Herman Rast. He is part of the organizing committee of the NRU. He also sits on the board. And we'll also be chatting with John Hines. He is the CEO of the NRU. But before we do get into talk about that, for the hit list, we look forward to an exciting football match that is scheduled to take place tomorrow at 6 o'clock in South Africa. As you all know, that the Hollywood Bets COSAFA championship is on and going, and Namibia take on Angola in their first match. That is going to be a very exciting match, as we all know that we did play them in the final last year and we lost 5-0, and we have been drawn with Angola in the same group again. So they are our opening match in the tournament. The other two games, we take on Malawi and Lesotho. I think with those ones, we should can get the edge of those teams and then qualify or then get to the knockout stages, hopefully. So we do look forward to seeing how that turns out. The team looks good. The players that have been selected for the teams are very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing how Moses Shidolo is going to be doing for the national team. And then for our second hit list, the entries are open, and if you are wondering for what I am talking about, the Nedbank Desert Dash is up and coming. It's happening later this year, but Nedbank have announced that it's officially open for people to register. I'll try and find out from my medical doctor if my hamstrings have recovered from the Nedbank Cycle Challenge after I did that 20Ks with Andrew Pullman. We'll maybe do a two-man team, if not a three-man team, with the cameraman to try and take part in the Nedbank Desert Dash. So we look forward to seeing how that goes. So please, viewers, do stay tuned. We'll be going for a short break, and right after that, we'll be back with those interviews. The best. Okay, viewers, so we are here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. This is going to be the place to be this upcoming weekend. As we all know, the NRU finals are taking place. That's the Reserve League, the Women's League, and of course the NRU Premier League itself. I'm joined by Herman Rast to just tell us more about the fact, Herman, this season was a bit different compared to the other seasons. You guys only had one leg playing, so teams couldn't play home and away. So just tell us, with what you guys had in mind with the whole idea of only playing one game, how did that work out this season, and how do you guys feel with how the season went?
Yes, Brian, thank you for the opportunity to perhaps inform the nation. It was decided by the board and by council at the beginning of the year with an extraordinary AGM that we will try something new, something different this year. Going away from the normal, traditional double round of home and away basis. We contacted Duitser Bosman Sport of South Africa. He's organizing the whole Varsity Cup thing that the viewers will know, and he's also involved with Boland Rugby, which was a huge success, with activations and all those things before the time, as the viewers have seen in the Varsity Cup with all the mascots and all
Yes.
those things. So just to bring a little bit of hype into club rugby, that was the idea, to bring in Duitser Bosman, so that he comes with his ideas. And perhaps the second round, there will be a second round,
Oh, okay.
make it the Duitser Bosman tournament
Indeed,
with
that was
all these animations and activations and all these things with these cheerleaders and all those things.
Yeah.
So that is what that was the idea. But we needed money. He needed money, and that was, he obviously had to source for sponsors. But unfortunately, up to now, he couldn't
get
any at this stage. The sponsors, they are interested, but the budgets and all those things, budgetary constraints and those things, so we will have a second round that will be called the Gold Cup and the Silver Cup. It will be on the same basis as was decided upon at the extraordinary AGM.
Okay.
So it will be the six top clubs, the six top clubs who ended in the Premier League, top 1 to 6. They will play another round. When they played in the first round, the home, obviously they will play away now. So, and the bottom 3 will play with their first and second teams, together with 3 regional sides.
Okay.
A central, regional central 15, as it will be called. That will be selected from the 3 first division clubs: Okahanya Islanders, Vipers, as well as NIST. And there will be a northern western combined regional 15. That will be Etosha Lions, Oceans, Swallows, and only Oceans. Oceans and Sparta. They will choose from between those 3 2 teams. And in the south, it is Keetmanshoop Rams, Ocean Swallows, as well as Oranje Munt. They will, between them, also select 2 teams, and those 3 regional sides will then, together with Bill Falcon,
the 6 teams,
the 3 bottom ones, they will then also play on the same Saturdays for the Silver Cup. And then at the end, on the 13th of September, God willing, we will have the finals here. First and second division, both cups. So that is how and after Saturday will work. Obviously, the emphasis now for June will be on the Welwitschia and Namibia, preparing for the World Cup qualifiers and the Africa Cup in Uganda. And then July, obviously, is earmarked now for the whole emphasis, and the whole focus will be on the Namibian side. We have to qualify for the 2027 World Cup, and then during July, we will have on the 12th of July here at the Hage Geingob Stadium a club championships. That will be between the 9 Premier League sides. They will come with their sides. That's the aim. At this stage, we still look for perhaps a sponsor, and our idea is that we extend it into the future, not only for one set for this year. So it become, in the old days, it was, I don't know whether I can name a sponsor here on this platform. You can. Okay, it was called the Richelieu Cup. The Richelieu Club Champions. So it's only for that one day. It's 15 aside, normal rugby, but shortened games. So they just play 10 minutes aside or something like that. So it's come up fast, quick, but it's 15 aside. 15 aside. Normal league sides and normal league rules, normal rugby rules, except that it's shortened games. And then you have a semi-final in the end and a final at the end, and you have a big cup and medals and prize money.
Okay, Herman, one thing I can say is, with all this information that you've been feeding us, one thing I can definitely pick up is the fact that rugby this year, compared to the years I've been involved with rugby, there's a lot of games this year. The guys get to play a lot of rugby, regardless of when we turn focus on the Welwitschia in June and in July. They still club rugby for the local guys to still participate and still enjoy. So stopping all of that and then focusing on the finals. that we have taking place this weekend.
Okay.
With the one round that we did have so far, what have you made of the teams, and how do you feel about the teams that we do have in the final? I mean, Kudus playing the finals for the first time in their history. They are very excited about that. I think that's just going to give the final more oomph, more meat. And Wanderers are definitely going to have to play really good rugby because they got a challenge down at the coast the last time. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the finals and the games, the teams that we are playing in the reserve, the Premier League and in the Women's League?
Yeah. We are lucky that the two teams that ended first and second, they are in the final on Saturday. Wanderers against Kudus. I mean, talking about the Premier League now. So, and congratulations to Kudus. They've made it to the finals with both their teams. The first time, as you have mentioned, the first time in the history that their first team is in the Premier League final. And we envisage that they will come with a big contingent of supporters here, and it will be a hype of activities. But Wanderers will also be here with their supporters, so I think it will be a very, very good game. Wanderers obviously sits with a lot of Welwitschia players that are in the Welwitschia squad. So if you look on the paper, Wanderers is stronger and they must be the favorites, but a final is a final. There, nothing counts. It counts. In the end, it's what happened between those four lines on Saturday, and who took their chances and whose discipline was the best. We can recall the All Blacks getting a red card in the last final of the World Cup in the first 10 minutes, I think it was, and then they had to play with 14. So discipline is very, very important. You cannot play with 14 and 13 guys. Sometimes I hear or I saw that teams are playing with 12 guys because of yellow and red cards. So if that happens, you are in big trouble.
Okay, so can I put you on the spot, Herman, and ask you for your prediction for all the three games?
Okay, that's just personal prediction. If I will do it based on the games that were played between these sides in the league. So I would say that UNAM's women will perhaps win. I will say that UNAM's second team will also win, and I will say that Wanderers will also win.
Okay, going with the teams and the form, I understand where Herman is coming from. I'm going to go for the upset and say Kudus win the Premier League, Kudus win the Reserve League, and then and then UNAM win the Women's League. So those are my predictions. Okay, before I let you go, we spoke about what you guys have in plan for June and July, the leagues that are going to be busy until September, for example, the teams that are for the Welwitschia that will also be focusing on. From a management perspective, from an event organizing perspective, how excited are you for all of these things?
Yeah, we are ready. We are ready. Obviously, in June we will have the Uganda game in Walvis Bay. That is already the preparations are good, 90%, 95% already. We went there personally, as the William Steenkamp and myself. We went there personally and we discussed it with all the clubs, the 4 clubs at the coast, as well as with the school, because Walvis Bay Private School, it's their venue. Narki Park. So we will, and everything has been sorted out until now. We are in constant communication with them. So there are some things that we must organize from this side, and most of the things they organize on their side. So that will be, I want to say to the viewers and the listeners, they must please come and support the Welwitschias next Saturday at Narki Park in Walvis Bay. And then on the 21st of June, it's the Erling Pumas, the SA Cup champions.
SA Cup champions.
Yeah, playing against the Welwitschias. We envisage that it might be a perhaps the Welwitschia Namibian combined team, because the Namibian side wants to get into game preparation for the Africa Cup. So, and then obviously for the test, the 27th
of June, a big one again.
The Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock at the Hage Geingob Stadium, the test match against Italy, between the full professional international game between Italy and Namibia.
Well, viewers, like you heard it from Herman, June is a month for rugby. I think we are all very excited. Like we said, already this first weekend of June, we are here for the NRU finals. Next week, we are in Swakopmund for the Uganda versus the
Walvis Bay.
Rhodesia game in Walvis Bay. Sorry,
Mm.
and then on the 21st, we're back here again for the Ailing Pumas, and then on the 27th, we are back here again for the game against Italy. So there's a lot of rugby to look forward to. Is there anything else you'd like to leave the viewers with before I let you go?
Yeah, I perhaps must just say that there will also be a women's second round happening. There is funding for that, NRU funding. There is also funding for the gold and the silver cups. So the teams will get something for travel expenses and so on. And then there's also, I just want to mention the Ongos Sevens. It will also happen. Like last year, the three dates have been confirmed. The 30th of August, it will be the first league teams.
Yes.
Like last year in the south, we are still not sure what venue. It might be Oranje Mund or Luderitz this time. Last year it was in Keetmanshoop, so it might be one of those two. And then on the 27th of September, it's the one at the coast. It's either Walvis Bay or Swakopmund. We are not sure about yet. And then in October, it's the finals here.
The main one.
The main one. Yeah, like last year. Where all the Premier League sides, 7 teams will play here.
Okay, well, viewers, I think you guys should be very excited for this year. Like I said, I don't think we've had so much rugby before in a year, and that just makes it all very exciting. Herman, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Big pleasure.
Please, viewers, do stay tuned. We'll have another interview coming up right after this. Okay, so we got Herman Rest's predictions for the finals, and I think to start off the interview with the NRU CEO, I think it's the right question to put him on the spot, but this man always knows how to dodge a spot. So give us, John Haynes, thank you for joining us for this interview first and foremost.
It's a pleasure.
But before we do get into anything else, predictions for this upcoming Saturday. I told the viewers already, this whole month, most of the time we'll be here with a lot of games that we do have, but your predictions for the finals that we do have, NRU, Reserve, Premier, and the Women's League. Who do you think is lifting those trophies?
Well, I would always get myself out of this question. I think on the day it will be the team that that basically carry out their plans. I would say, and for me, it's a case of rugby must be the winner. But in this case, it's our Premier League final. It's our Reserve League final. It's our women's finals. And I believe the teams that actually put in the hard work, that will on the day have a perfect, almost like clean slate or perfect day, will be able to lift that trophy.
Okay, you see, this man always has a good answer for that question. But nonetheless, John, this season so far has been great. For spectators, I'm sure this year has been filled with rugby. You guys have made sure that there's rugby for the local guys. The international guys are also starting to get involved now with the upcoming days, with how June is looking. How has it been for you guys with the one season that we've had for the first time, where it's now, instead of 2 legs, it's 1 leg? From the administrative point of view, how was it? Is it better? Are you guys going to continue with that? Is it going to be the same next year? Or was it just like a trial test that you guys took on?
I would categorize it as a trial, because ultimately we've got a very good relationship and working relationship with our council, and we had a successful meeting, and I would say a successful meeting because we had all our council attending a meeting last night via Zoom, where we discussed was it good, because we need to do a SWOT analysis on this format, the 1 leg or the 1 half season, whatever we might want to call it.
Yes.
But we're going to have to basically review it, and we want to do a review during August, September, and see what we will basically implement and decide on for 2026. It's still early days.
Yes.
We now moving into a new format.
You guys know about that one?
Yeah, and I mean, council. It must basically, the ownership must go back to the council to decide what is best for rugby. Because ultimately, if we can't decide from an administrative point of view and with our council input, then it's a one-sided affair. If we can work as a team, then we can have the best product on the table, and our community can enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's not there's no decision what's going to happen next year, but there will be talks.
Okay. So yeah, we leave it there. So it's trial and test. We'll see what you guys decide from there. But looking at this year, you being a part of this whole administration thing, how do you feel about the busy schedule that has been already and that is still yet to come with June, July, August, September, Ongo Sevens, that's also on the way? How do you feel about that? How's the team coping with all this management, with all this organizing, and making sure that all the teams are catered for, north from the south to the west? Everyone is enjoying some rugby. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, Brian, I'm going to give you a very technical answer to that. When I started with the union, our community was basically complaining there's not enough rugby, there's not enough happening. Well, we've provided enough.
Yes.
And whoever wants to complain, we're not going to keep everyone happy. Either you walk next to a donkey, you drive the donkey, or you get your partner on the donkey. No one is going to be happy.
Yeah.
But we've tried our best. We had a buy-in from a council. Not everyone was happy with what we provided, but the most important thing that people should not lose sight of is the case that we started in March.
Yes.
And we're going to continue with a 4 or 5 week break. We're going to continue right until the 13th of September with our 15th rugby.
Yes.
We're going to have our Ongos rugby start kicking off the 30th of August. And that's going to finish on the 24th and 25th of October.
October, yeah.
So what more can we ask for?
You can't. Yeah. The viewers can't ask for more. You guys have made sure to cater. This is a lot of rugby and involving the local guys, the international guys, because at the time we will be focusing on the World Cup qualifiers, it's not like the people at home won't have anything to do. There'll still be games to look forward to.
Yeah, the most definitely. And I always say, whoever has an opportunity that we're not doing enough, please come up with a better plan or with something that can contribute. We've got, they always say the best, one of them, the best coach always stands next to the field in retrospect of what can we do differently. If you make a comment and you say, well, this is not going to work for a union, come up with a good idea because we are open.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's why I said it in the beginning of our conversation. We have in-depth discussions with our council.
Yeah.
Are we doing the best thing for rugby? Because like Herman will say, rugby must come first. It must be a decision based on rugby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apart from rugby, we're even giving back to our community.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you attend all the matches and you buy your tickets online, I'm going to say it now. Thank you for the opportunity, Brian. You can win a all-paid trip to watch the Springboks against Italy.
Yes.
And that's done through a synergy. Ongos Valley Development is giving away a home to win. Just buy a ticket online.
Cameraman.
Yeah.
You need a home.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news and starting off with tennis news first from the French Open, and it is week 2. It is mostly quarterfinals, semi-finals being played. On the men's side of the draw, it was number 2 seed Carlos Alcaraz with a devastating form. He dominated against Tommy Paul, the number 12 seed. He beat him 6-love, 6-1 and 6-4. He's through to the semi-finals, and in the semi-finals he will play against Lorenzo Musetti. He's of Italy. He beat Francis Tiafoe and he beat him in 4 sets to advance to the semi-final. Other players on the other side of the draw is still Jannik Sinner, the number 1 seed, and Novak Djokovic in the tournament. On the women's side of the draw, it was Iga Swiatek that had impressive win. The number 5 seed beat number 13 seed Elina Svitolina 6-1, 7-5. She's also in the semi-final. In a tough semi-final it will be. She will play the number 1 seed Aryna Sabalenka, and she beat Qinwen Zheng by 7-6, 6-3. That is Sabalenka. So it's a semi-final between the two of them to go to the final. It is Iga Swiatek. She's a defending champion. On to soccer news, and it is a break in the English Premier League at the moment. There's going to be at least a 3-month break, but there's now transfer time and the club's buying new players. And it is Manchester City that seem to have agreed a deal with AC Milan. That is for the services of midfielder Tijani Reinders, and he will play for Manchester City next year. He signed for 5 years, the 26-year-old midfielder from the Netherlands, and he played for AC Milan. He was also announced as a Serie A midfielder of the year. He's a very talented player. He played 22 games for the Netherlands already. It is Manchester City that lost the services of Kevin De Bruyne, experienced midfielder. He announced earlier that he is moving away from Manchester City at the end of the season, and it is Kevin De Bruyne that will join the Serie A champions Napoli on a new deal that is leaving Manchester City. To close off today's international sports news, it is cricket news. The IPL Indian Premier League came to an end. It was the final and impressive win for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. It is also their first win, their maiden title in 18 years of the history of the IPL. They've lost in 3 finals previously, so they beat the Punjab Kings by 6 runs in the final, and it was the Punjab Kings that chased 190 runs to win, and they ended up 184 for the loss of 7 wickets. So it's the first win ever for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day. We talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.